Baton twirling might be a unique activity for most, but for 19-year-old Trina Catterson, it's been a lifelong passion. After a nationwide search, Catterson proved to be the best fit at Syracuse University's Orange Grill, a tradition that has been in place for over 70 years.
I started twirling competitively when I was 5 years old. When I was really young, my mom was actually a twirler when she was younger, and she grew up to be a coach. So when I was young, I would go to her lessons where she would coach other athletes and would just mimic her in the background, and that's how I started it. I was kind of born into it. I found out that Syracuse University had an open baton twirling position, so I reached out to Dr. Deem, and we set up an audition, and that's basically how I got the position here.
She does something none of the rest of us can do, and what she can bring to the field often can be more of a one-to-one feeling with the audience, because she can move around by herself a lot easier, and she can make a lot of personal contact with the audience as she moves from spot to spot, and I think the audience really likes that. But like, we did the high school show this last weekend, and you could just see how they immediately responded to what she was doing.
I really enjoy the reaction that I receive from the crowd. Being able to use my talent as a way to entertain people and make them genuinely happy and impressed is just something that fulfills me. The Orange Girl history is incredible. It's such a prestigious position that I feel like not a lot of people know about, so it's honestly awesome and such an amazing opportunity to be part of the Orange Girl history here at SU.
Although Catterson is found performing at Syracuse events, most of her time is spent as a student at SUNY Oswego.
Being at a different school gets hard sometimes with the commute, but overall I love representing Syracuse University. I'd say most of my life is probably up in Oswego just because I'm down here for practices and game days, but sometimes I get together with some of the Syracuse University marching band members outside of band.
It's not hard to manage a relationship with her. We text over Snapchat and I message all the time, and we go to dinner after practices and stuff, so it is hard sometimes during the week and stuff. When I get to see her at practice, it's always fun.
Despite being familiar with performing in front of large audiences, Catterson still feels the pressure to impress.
Of course I get nervous. The crowd can be so overwhelming at times, but I think it's overwhelming in a good way. The student section is incredible. The way they react to everything is really awesome, so it just makes everything really worth it. As for the future, I may go into coaching or potentially getting more involved in the Orange Girl position for the future twirlers to come.
Syracuse, New York, Elijah Brown, NCC News.